You have probably been told that buying a snake plant or a peace lily will instantly turn your home into a pristine oxygen chamber. We see the headlines everywhere claiming these super plants eliminate toxins and scrub the air clean. So you spend hundreds of dollars filling every corner of your room, expecting a miracle change in air quality. But the reality is, you might be chasing a myth that is costing you money and valuable living space. Welcome to the Don't Do This guide, where we help you avoid the gardening mistakes that hold you back. If you want a lush home without the stress of maintaining a fake jungle, hit that subscribe button right now. Chapter 1: The NASA Misunderstanding. Let's start with the biggest misconception, the famous 1989 NASA Clean Air Study. Everyone cites this study, but they forget one crucial detail about how the experiment was conducted. NASA tested plants in small, hermetically sealed chambers with zero airflow from the outside. Your home is not a space station. It leaks air constantly through doors, windows, and vents. In a real home, the air exchange rate is so high that new pollutants enter faster than any single plant can filter them. Now, let's look at the math that most garden centers won't tell you. To replicate the air cleaning results from that NASA lab, you would need an impossible number of plants. Scientific reviews suggest you would need between 10 and 1,000 plants per square meter to match the filtration of a standard building ventilation system. Trying to achieve this volume creates a maintenance nightmare that leads to burnout rather than fresh air. This brings us to a side effect that is often ignored: humidity and mold. When you pack hundreds of plants into a room to purify the air, you drastically increase transpiration. High humidity can actually encourage mold growth in your drywall and furniture, which worsens air quality. Ironically, trying to clean the air with too many plants can introduce new allergens into your sanctuary. Another mistake is ignoring the leaves themselves. Plants are static living objects, and their broad leaves are excellent at collecting dust. If you have too many plants to clean regularly, they become dust catchers rather than air filters. A few clean plants are infinitely better for your air than 100 dusty ones. So, if plants don't replace an air purifier, what should you actually do? The most effective strategy is a combination approach. Use technology for filtration and plants for restoration. Let plants do what they actually excel at: psychological restoration and mood improvement. Studies show that simply being around greenery lowers cortisol levels and reduces stress. Instead of buying 50 small plants, focus on statement greenery. Choose one or two large, healthy specimens that you can maintain perfectly. And for the air, simply opening a window for 5 minutes does more work than 1,000 peace lilies. Finally, pay attention to where your clean air actually comes from: the root zone. Much of a plant's filtration capability actually comes from the microorganisms in the soil, not just the leaves. Keeping your soil healthy and not waterlogged ensures those beneficial microbes can thrive. There you have it, the key things to avoid when dealing with indoor air quality. Stop stressing about the number of plants and start enjoying the beauty of the ones you have. If this video saved your plants and your wallet, hit that subscribe button and drop a comment below on which mistake you've been making.